turning this way? Okay. Oh, that's interesting. I'm on my phone, so did not go live on my phone. Hey guys, I'm new at this phone thing. Apparently it works now. Hi Boopy Bun Bun. That's a fun name to say. It's been a really long day. I tried to go live earlier, but then I had a knock on the door and it was my neighbor. So I went to go see. Hey Catherine, how are you? How's everybody's Friday? I'm kind of exhausted. Yeah, that live was just kind of like a false start. I did nothing on it. I started it and then I heard the knock on the door, so I immediately ended it. I'm like, just kidding, guys. So, I've been trying to get things ready for move. You can see my closet's empty except for the little thing hanging. It's kind of hard to do with chronic pain and disability stuff. Finally got my meds today after over a week. Thank God for insurance. Yeah, that is a lot that's expensive. Insurance is a lifesaver. I have like a health plan thing for because I don't have a job anymore. Sorry if I'm like moving around. I'm trying to get this in my, hang on. Reconnecting. I'm here. It's not fitting. It's probably because of my pop it thing. Okay, I'm still here. I am moving fudge sticks. I'm just gonna forget the stand. Okay. Tell me to rotate the device. I've never used the phone before. I thought you had to have 1,000 subscribers for the phone, so they must have changed that. I don't know. I was trying to put it on this thing, but I recently, because then I can move around, but I recently got one of those little pop sockets because I saw the AntiMLMs with the pop socket and the case thing, so I recently got that, and apparently it's not wanting to cooperate with me right now. So I'll just move you guys around. Where is the chat? Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm not moving far. I'm moving in with family because I can't afford rent here anymore. I'm in a really nice little 1-bedroom studio type place. See, it's got that wall that doesn't quite go all the way up. So it's kind of like an open floor plan. It's really nice, actually. I have like a courtyard, like an inner courtyard kind of thing. I know it looks like I'm looking this way. It's because I'm the camera's over here on the phone, and so just in case y'all are wondering. So I'm gonna unplug it and try to just move around with it, I guess, because my stand isn't working. I got this really cool walker thing, and it's like a standing one. So because my hand situation, and it helps me to stand up. And in case y'all notice, I'm wearing this thing. I don't usually wear it, but it's a posture corrector. And since I had physical therapy today with my back, I'm kind of sore. So I'm trying to correct my posture. I have a very minor scoliosis and pain and stuff. So it's something I'm trying to work on. I'm sorry if I'm moving a lot and everything, but I just felt like I'm all alone trying to move everything with a disability, and I thought I'd hop on and see how everybody's doing. I don't even know where to begin. I mean, I've been doing things here and there, but everything's like all the furniture and stuff's gonna be like moved tomorrow. I have somebody coming to help. Oh yeah, you need something like that for your back. Yeah, I think all of us could use it because we end up like I spent a lot of time hunching over on computer and stuff. Um, and yeah, I'm really considering I'm still waiting for my computer to arrive because if any of you guys have seen some of my videos where I talk about how I'm like recording and editing everything on my iPad because my computer's dead, and it's supposed to arrive and it says in transit, and every time I call FedEx I can't get a real person. So I might have had some curse words to say today when I tried to get in touch with somebody. um, This is my apartment. If I can turn it around. Can I turn it around? I've never used the phone for a live stream before, but I have like this nice little kitchen area. It's a mess right now because I have all like my dishes out. Those are the ones I'm keeping because I like them, and I've got a lot of teas. And then I'm probably gonna get rid of all those dishes over there. I have a neighbor that was giving away some mugs, and they said B on it, and I told her about my YouTube channel. And so she gave them to me. Sorry about the loud sound. That was my walker doing something. But I have another one over here that says Busy Bee. I was gonna make some tea or something. Let's see. I just thought they were really cute. Yeah, I thought they were really within theme of what I'm doing, so I'm really sorry about the loud sounds. I cannot operate this walker very well. I'm getting used to it. My cane fell. Hang on. I am not a professional at this live streaming thing, so, you know. I can easily edit things out, but live streaming is a very different matter. So, and then I have like, oh, there, my finger's in the way. And then I have like a whole bunch of stuff over here. That's stuff I'm taking. And then I've got stuff that I'm donating over here. And then I got like just this giant box and stuff. I might use that box to put stuff in, and then that box to get rid of because it's a long ways box and I don't really know what to do with it. But this is my courtyard, in case y'all were wondering. It's just like a little inner courtyard. If I can maneuver. So, really pretty. It's been kind of rainy and cold lately. I mean, yeah, that's Portland for you. Like getting into the rainy season, so, which has activated a lot of my nerve pain. So I'm working with various specialists and try to get things going again. So I think I have a lot of things packed up other than those mugs and stuff. Oh, but my bathroom. That's gonna be a challenge. I got everything out. So don't judge me, guys, but I still have some of my Arbonne crap. I just couldn't get rid of it. So, I mean, I had so much inventory loading. This isn't Arbonne crap, but there is some in it mixed in. See, there's this cleansing body polish from Arbonne, and like all these little things that I thought I would sample to customers. There's like this makeup bag thing, and it has like all of their fancy new skincare that they came out with last year. I can't sell it. I can't do anything with it. So I'm just like, well, I don't want it to go to waste, you know? Because some of their products are not terrible, but you can definitely get for better. So yeah, I had the white face mud stuff. I liked it, but it was given to me. Yeah, like it's kind of at the point where I don't really have anything to do with it. I mean, I could like maybe gift it to somebody or just like use it up and stuff, but I just, or burn it. Maybe not. I don't want to, like, that might be a bad thing. But yeah, like, it just goes to show, like, I mean, I'm an ex rep and I still have the inventory, but I'm making all these I'm making all these videos about it because, to spread awareness, but like, I still don't even know what to do with some of the crap, like, it's not about the products. Like, some of the products are not terrible. Like, I mean, some may even be good, some not so good. Like, I've talked about how the fizz sticks in the last video that I released today, I mean, like, and in another video where it has like sugar in it. It may not have like a whole lot of sugar. I'd have to look, but it's really like, I used to get kind of like, I loved it like at the time because we go crazy over fizz sticks, but it's not necessarily like it was the best for you, and definitely doesn't give you enough caffeine compared to coffee if you're trying to get that. Like, I think I mentioned in a video, you'd have to take 3 of them to get an average black coffee from Starbucks. That's not even including all the other stuff. So the sugar might give you more of a high than the caffeine. But I'm not an expert in any way on that kind of, like, on the nutrition stuff. And that's another thing, like, being a rep for an MLM company, you often don't have like the knowledge or expertise to be selling the stuff. So like, when you get questions about that and you're like, or like you're leading someone on about the health benefits of something like that, you're making these health claims and you don't know anything about the product. So yeah, that can be really problematic. When I found the anti-MLM community, I surprisingly found I had 4 different ones in my bathroom and kitchen. Yeah, like, I didn't even know about MLMs very much. My aunt used to sell Mary Kay, and oh, here's a fun story for you guys. I'm gonna sit down in my walker because even though it's a really great walker, I would like to sit down. So story time. My grandmother, when she was alive, she died 4 years ago. She had dementia, and she's actually the one who was nicknamed B. Everybody called her B or like some other names, but that's why my channel name has B after Lara, because that's not actually my last name or anything, but like, I just wanted to use it because my grandmother meant a lot to me. Well, when I was little, we lived right across from my grandmother too, because to kind of look after her for a while. And when I would like go over to her house and I would ring the doorbell, like ring 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 ring, and I would just like press the doorbell like as many times as I could, because 1, I thought it was fun, but 2, and 2, I was an obnoxious kid, but 3, because I knew that grandmother would know it's me, and so she would know that it wasn't some random person, because a sane person would only ring like once. So she used to answer the door and she would call me the Avon lady, because I was so persistent with the ringing. And I didn't get the joke. Like, I didn't know what she was talking about. I just thought, oh, she's calling me the Avon lady. And I was like a little girl. So lady, that's cool. I'm an Avon. I thought it was cool. So, after she passed, and then I was starting to realize about MLMs and how like predatory and stuff they can be, I realized, okay, Avon was one that came out in the late 1800s in New York, based on some research I did one time on that. And so, and I don't remember the exact year, but that one was one of the earliest ones. So, but the fact that my grandmother equated that to, like the annoying doorbell ringing to an Avon lady, just kind of made me think years later that that's an example of how like she perceived, you know, that to be annoying, but she was doing it in an endearing term for me because she knew I wasn't being annoying. I was just being her granddaughter, and she knew it was me, and so she would open the door, you know. So that's just a little background on that, and I just thought it was really cool. Thank you. Sweet story. um Oh yeah, Faberlic. Is that how you pronounce it? I might be totally butchering that. It sounds like a really weird um, name, but yeah. Were you the one that mentioned it? Somebody mentioned it in comments. It just came to the U.S. or something, and it needs to be talked about, but no one's talking about it. And they sell a little bit of everything. It looks like a lot of MLMs. Fabrilet. Okay, that's interesting. It doesn't it doesn't pronounce the way it looks. So I'll just call it Fab. Or not Fab, I should say. I don't know. Leak. Faberleak. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't done any deep dives lately. The last deep dive I did was Arbonne, and I love doing a deep dive. I love the idea of it, and I really wanted to do some more of that. But when I did the Arbonne deep dive, it was a lot of behind the scenes work because you have to gather up your sources and try to find like enough of the information to bullet point, and then you gotta like even beyond the filming after that you have to like do a lot of editing and stuff as well, and so like the editing takes a long time with that. Sorry, I touched my nose, like it's random, but yeah, you got to do a lot of editing and stuff, and because I've been so busy with the move, I've just been like focused on a lot of the MLM fails because that's super easy to find and I can just talk about it and stuff. So I definitely want to do some more deep dives. I want to do one on Usborne books because I was in it and it's not talked about enough. And I also want to do one on Faberlic or something as well. So I don't know. Are there any others? I know there's a lot of ones that don't get talked about enough. So I know that like a lot of the videos I've done have been on Monade and Arbonne and like stuff because those are the ones that are easiest to find out there. It seems like they're posting a lot. So if y'all have any ideas, I know there's a whole list of MLMs that are like just constantly flying under the radar for people. Primerica is one that I kind of want to look into because that one it masquerades as like a life insurance MLM, and it's just like that's just so flying under the radar, and yet people get screwed over a lot with that one. Yeah, I know Monate gets so overdone, but they kind of like make the cringiest content, so it just highlights a lot. But then like I try to look for some other ones, but it's kind of hard to find sometimes. And right now I am still very early in my YouTube content creation, so if you guys have any MLM stuff that you find that you want me to react to, definitely send it to my email so that I can like react to that in future content, because right now I don't have enough people emailing me, so like a lot of the stuff I have to go search and find, and that takes up a lot of time. And with my ADHD, I end up on this whole trail of like looking at things, and then I like totally switch gears and forget and stuff like that. So definitely anything you guys come across that can help, that would be awesome. I belong to a few MLM Facebook groups just to help out. LOL, I'm undercover. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I actually am still a part of some of those that I used to be in. So there are some direct sales network marketing groups where people act, and I want to do a video of talking about this issue, but there are groups where network marketers will get on and they will trade hosting parties or like sell, like buying products from each other so that they can meet their rank and goals and stuff. And like if they're not getting enough in their market, they'll like try to recruit and sell to other and network with other MLM distributors. Like, so it's just a Facebook group full of Huns that are like trying to get you to purchase or recruit or like do all those different things. So it's really interesting. It's like order swaps, host swaps, like all different kinds of swapping kind of thing to get by. Like, and it's very kind of against the rules, or like, you know, trying to find loopholes. So like, you know, when I was in those groups, I could like get somebody to purchase from my Arbonne to help me rank. And I was trying to get to district manager. I was in quals, but I didn't make it because I got out earlier than when I ranked. So I was just at the bottom tier because there was a lot of unethical stuff I noticed in those few months there. But what was I gonna say? So I think one time I purchased from Vantel Pearls, which is actually funny because it closed down, but I purchased like a $80 bracelet from them, and they purchased an $80 purchase from me. So like we traded purchases, and then so I was able to get commission off of their purchasing from me. So it kind of was almost like getting a discount on their product, and vice versa, and helping me rank. So it's just really kind of like showing the desperation of when you're in the MLMs and your market isn't working for you and you're trying to hit those goals. Sometimes you'll go to those measures. So that would be an interesting video. Yeah, $80. It was so, it's so not worth it. And you know what's even more insane? I don't know if I have it, because I think I might have it packed. I didn't get rid of it because I don't really, you know, I mean, it was an $80 bracelet, but I like, it won't even fit around my wrist. Like I have to, it doesn't, it just kind of falls off and stuff. It's not good. And I waited so long because they're the ones that do the oyster shucking parties. And so like you watch them open up the oysters and you hope that you have like a really beautiful color or like an extra pearl. And you know, it's like I've seen another content creator, I don't remember who did it, but they talked about this, and all of the oysters that they get, the distributors get, have pearls in them. So you know that they like basically just put the pearls in them. So it's not like authentically, because normally if it was like an oyster out in the wild, it may or may not have a pearl in it, but they don't want to open up oysters that have no pearls in it, right? So, and it's like really cheap pearls too, or something like that. So I mean, they shut down, so that's another thing. Like your MLM is not safe. Like you may think it's safe, but it could shut down any minute. They could fire you. Like in Savannah Marie's video she did recently with interviewing the paparazzi ex distributor that like yeah, there was that one. I think there was some other ones recently, but yeah, like it's unpredictable. It's not a great work environment when you're like, so I mean like regular jobs can fire you too, but it's just they think it's their own business, and it's really not. You can't change the products. You can't like change the prices. You have like no real control over it. So yeah, it is gross. Okay, so I should probably go into here and start to stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to pack stuff up when you're like mobility wise, like you're struggling. And I know that like when I'm on a YouTube video, I can sit down and I can just like look at the screen and you know, I try not to twist my back so often when it's hurting and stuff like that. I can edit out a lot of that stuff. So you guys get to kind of see me live, and I don't like to do lives that often. I'm still getting used to it. I'm still really shocked I can do this on my phone. That's kind of crazy. Like I'm sure they changed that because I thought you had to have 1,000 subscribers for this. So yeah, so I still have this like age well eye cream. Why do we always have like in the MLMs, it's always vegan, cruelty free, and like it's also anti-aging, like it's an age well. It uses caffeine and bakuchiol, which they like went insane. I can't make it there. It kind of adjusted. I don't know. But they went insane over that because it doesn't use retinol or whatever that thing is that like can cause irritation or something. So they were like all obsessed with us making posts about that, and like I remember making a post one time asking people about skincare or something in a general way and like not saying why I made the post. And so then like it gave me the opportunity to like message everybody that interacted with the post. Common tactic, you know, like give a general question that entices people to engage with you and answer, and then hope that they answer so that you can reach out to them in your DMs. So really sketchy. There's also this lipstick that I got from them. I like spent so much money in Arbonne. I mean, the lipstick's not bad or anything. Like, it comes in a pretty package. It's got like the flowery thing and stuff. But yeah. Oh yeah, I'm introverted too, but you know, some of the things that like one of the tactics that MLMs actually do, and I've actually seen this in various team calls and opportunity calls, whether it was research for a video that I've done in the past, or, you know, just like general anti-MLM watching content creators, other ones and stuff. But I've seen where they talk about the overcoming objections and everything. And one of the things is, oh, I'm too introverted to do this. And then they're like, yeah, me too. I'm an introvert. So they relate to you and they're like, it's okay to be an introvert, blah, blah, blah. And you can do this because I don't know. They just like always find a way to spin it. And it's really like, I'm really introverted, and like one of the things I have trouble sometimes recognizing when people are not being honest with me. And I've gotten better at it now that I know the signs and the red flags and stuff. But like when I was first getting into a lot of this stuff, and I've been scammed many times. This isn't like Usborne and Arbonne were not the first MLMs I've been exposed to. I just didn't know it at the time. Like I've been to an interview for Cutco, which was masquerading as vector marketing. And since I did psychology and communication bachelor's, they were targeting college students with like communication marketing kind of things. So I went to an interview like that. I'm like, this is really bad. And then I've also, when I was 16, this is really bad. This isn't MLM, but when I was 16, I came across a Scientology booth, but it did not say Scientology. It said Dianetics, and it had a free stress test. Now, if you're 16 in high school and hormones raging and you're like really stressed, yeah, you might want a free stress test when you're like shopping in the mall. So what's the harm? So then I did that, and I did the stress test, and they made me fill out this little form, and I had to like put down my street address. So I put down my mailing address. They nonstop for years were sending mail to that address, trying to get me to sign up and go to their church and pay and do all that stuff. And we basically had to tell them to F off, you know. So, but I don't know if my dad's still getting those, because it was at my dad's house where he lives now. So, yeah. Oh, I'm awkward too. I actually scared a girl off trying to get me to join Beachbody, lol. Yeah, oh gosh. I've had the DMs before. A lot of times, sometimes I've ignored them. Sometimes I like to say not interested and stuff like that. Yeah, so I'm so awkward sometimes in person, and like I thought, you know, because I am neurodivergent. I fall on the autism spectrum, and you know, so I have a lot of trust in people, or like, you know, I also am on guard a lot because of not understanding like the naivety of, you know, people's intentions, and trying to understand their inflections and their body language and all that stuff, which is why I went into psychology and communications in the first place, trying to understand people. So when I had the opportunity during the pandemic, and oh hi caffeinated angel, my ADD, I see comments pop up and I have to shout out. So oh yeah, I'm so glad that Deanna read my story. I haven't been sharing on, like, I knew that Deanna shares those horror stories, and I've followed her pretty much ever since I got out, and I was like, when am I gonna send it? So I finally got up the nerve to send it. I do have some videos that go into my story, but I actually can't watch them because every time I start watching them, I get really emotional. So because both of those stories that I have in my video archive, like in my playlist and stuff, both of those are really emotional stories, and so like I can't go back to them because it just like brings up a lot. So I forgot what I was talking about. That happens a lot. You don't think you saw that video with her? Deanna just released it today. It was a MLM horror story number 70 something or another. I knew like I was actually in the waiting room for my physical therapy appointment this morning, and I saw that Deanna's video released, and I know she does MLM horror stories on Friday, so I wondered if I was going to be in that one. And I saw that the thumbnail said about the doctor and therapist like trying to sell to them, so I thought that sounds a lot like my story. Yeah, so that happened, and I mean, I shared it all in the story I sent to Deanna, but there's a lot of other parts to it, I mean, with any story. But yeah, I started watching AntiMLM, and at first I was really like angry about it because I was like, these haters keep messing with my business because everyone is telling me no, they're not interested, they don't want to join a pyramid scheme, and they don't want to sell, and they don't have money, and all these things. And I was like, oh my gosh, why do they hate me? You know, because I was taking it personally. And that's why I want to like shed light on this, because like you internalize everything with the MLMs, and it becomes your identity. Like that's the thing I've noticed. If I could say anything that could help somebody who may be in it, notice who you are. Like, be yourself and like really take a step back and look and see if you can separate yourself from the MLM. If you can't separate yourself from the MLM, if you can't give yourself the credit it deserves to be there, and like, if you take things personally, if somebody doesn't like the MLM or something, then that's kind of a sign that you're probably in some sort of corporate cult or scam or something of that nature that you probably shouldn't be a part of, and it's probably a lot of fake friendships. It feels very different when you're in it, but that's one of the big signs. And when I was like I think my first anti-MLM video that I came across was a Kiki Chanel, and I saw it and I was like, I hit the thumb down. Like, I was so angry at what she was saying because like it went against what I was learning in the MLM and my uplines and stuff. But I kept getting kind of curious about the anti-MLM. Like, I wanted to rebuttal. I wanted to prove anti-MLM wrong. I wanted to prove my MLM right? So I set out to try to prove anti-MLM wrong. But every time I started exploring some of their arguments, I started realizing how problematic the MLMs were. So I think that's why I created my channel, because I realized that a lot of the stuff that we talk about, you may see a video and you may think, oh, I don't really agree with this. But then it might still plant a seed. It might still stick in your mind that there are red flags to look out for. And so, like, for me, that's what happened. And then I also, like, I was seeing Deanna's videos, I was seeing Isabella's videos, I was seeing some other videos, Monica Hayworth, what's another one? The Recovering Humbot. I saw some videos from her as well. Some really great creators out there. And then I came across Not the Good Girl, and she does really great interview documentary style videos. And like, I came across this video about, and I didn't share this in the Deanna Mims story, so this is a little bit of extra for you. But that video was a Jane Doe that left Arbonne when she was at the top of the company. She was in like the top 1% of the company, and she noticed the wrongs that were happening. And it was a very informative, long video. I definitely recommend you look for that. I'll try to, maybe I can go back and link some of these or something like that if I have time. But that was a really great like informative video, and it really opened my eyes. And then when my upline, so like I still went to the team calls after that because I was still in Arbonne at the time. And my upline, I told my upline how, like, I kind of wanted her support because I was really stressed and really dealing with my mental health flaring up with all this stuff happening. So I told her that I started seeing my therapist again, which was what happened. And I was hoping that she would tell me, like, that I should take it easy and stuff, because like I've been through a lot, especially with my health declining and stuff. And instead she was like telling me how I could, sell all the Arbonne products to my counselor, my therapist, and like fill out his office, give him samples, do all these things, and telling me how that's what she did, and they're all her clients. And I'm like, there's a line. I mean, I'm paying this person to help me, like, to help me mentally, and like, why would I do that? That's not something a normal person, rational person would ever do. So that was kind of like the catalyst. But I had been exposed to some of the anti-MLM videos that kind of planted that seed. So, and then I think after that, I did attend one or two more team videos. because I really wanted to soak in and listen for the signs. And when I was listening to those signs, I'm like, I can't believe I ever fell for this stuff, because at that point my blinders were off. At that point I was listening to the words, and those team calls were constantly talking about how you need to replace your toothpaste, your shampoo, all that stuff. You need to like show people you're using the products and do all that stuff. And then like everything about Arbonne, and everybody's like, yes, and personal growth, personal development, all that stuff. Like, people were going insane in the team calls, and they were like saying, oh my gosh, that's awesome, thank you for that tip, you know, all that stuff. And I'm like, what is happening? And it just makes me think I was like that. So yeah, that's a little backstory. Sorry I ramble. Let me catch up with the comments, because you know, my ADHD, I had to get through that story first. Let's see. My sister is big into Young Living. Oh yeah, Young Living's another one. That yeah, that like wasn't the guy that headed that was like doing some illegal stuff, or like involved in a murder or something. Like, I've seen some videos on that from other creators. Yeah, she believes everything. Won't even get near me because I got vaxxed. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't understand the obsession with anti-vax. They made everything political. I'm sorry if you are anti-vax, but that's not something I agree with. And I think I would agree with science and the fact that we're trying to stop a pandemic that's killing everyone. So, you know, I'm vaxxed. I'm planning on probably getting my booster shot, since I am a vulnerable autoimmune kind of person. And I wear masks and try to protect people, try to help people, try to do ethical things. I was a children's book designer for 5 years for a small publisher. We hated S1 books. Oh yeah, their corporate has tried to recruit me to design books. I always say no. Yeah, I feel like that's something that's so disrespectful. Like, when I was in Usborne, like, I know that Savvy Writes Books did some stuff on Usborne. I don't know why my phone's doing that. I know that Savvy Writes Books did a thing on Usborne, and like, yeah, like going to those book fairs and stuff like that. There's so many independent authors and people that really worked hard to get their book out there that they made, and then comes Usborne, and you've got these reps that are claiming these books to sell to people, and they didn't actually make them. And it's just so, oof. I do crochet, and I don't do it for a living, but you know, I mean, maybe I should. If my hand gets better, maybe I can like do a little crochet to kind of work it out. But if I were going to a craft fair to sell some of my crochet products, I would hate to see, like, I've noticed that like a lot of craft fairs just have a bunch of MLMs in it, and it's just it's like, you didn't make that. It's not your business, but you're like trying to yeah. And I actually joined like a Facebook group for trying to sell off my Usborne books to like other distributors and stuff. And like I see posts about it sometimes where people are like trying to get ready for a farmer's market or something like that for Usborne. I'm like, can you eat books? That's a new one. Okay. So yeah, it's insane. Oh yeah, I love Jessica Hickson. You guys should follow Jessica Hickson. She does some great It Works posts. You know, she was a top leader for, like, she was in it for 5 years, and she does some great content. She actually inspired me, like her videos inspired me to finally start doing some videos about my actual experience reacting to my old stuff, like my old posts and my old hey girl messages. So I did one video on that. I might do some more because I still have some more content. I wasn't that high up. I was just in the first rank, as a lot of people are, but I still, you know, was in it and seen it. So yeah. I got blocked by someone I thought was a close friend who's in doTERRA after I sent her a shit ton of information at how toxic. Yeah, it's really hard with friends, with close friends. Yeah, like with friends, if a friend reaches out to you and they're in an MLM, I would say to tread carefully. Just tread carefully. Like, let them know that you're not interested in the MLM, that you are like not, you don't support MLMs or something, but you're happy to talk about anything else with them. Or however you want to word it, but if you want to preserve the friendship, you want to like try to draw the focus away from that, like away from what they're talking about with the MLM and stuff. I know that I've had somebody do that, and I was like, oh, okay, well, and then I changed the topic or something for a little while. But there's a lot of things where we're taught to keep going back if we don't hear a hard no. But even if we hear a hard no, sometimes we'll still predatorily keep going, as you've probably seen in other anti-MLM videos. That's what they teach. I'm actually comment if you want to see this, but I actually have thought about taking some of my old handouts from Arbonne and Usborne about overcoming objections and going over some of those, or like talking about some of the big ones, and just kind of like talking about what they have taught us to say given a certain situation. Like if somebody says they don't have enough money or these things, we're supposed to say these things, and it's kind of almost like script for every encounter where they say no. And it's very much like don't take no for an answer, basically. So I thought about doing a video about that. Thought that would be pretty cool. I mean, it's not cool, but like it would be pretty good to expose. So so Jim Jones cult. Who's Jim Jones? I don't know. Oh, you just got your booster? Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, Usborne, it's less commonly heard, but Usborne Books and More is the US. It originated, Usborne actually used to not be an MLM. That's an interesting fact, where it started in the UK, and it was actually like a book store or like something or another, and they decided that they would make more profit if they could have representatives sell their books for them, and so they turned into an MLM model, and they started out in the UK, and it was Usborne Books at Home, I believe. But then they came to the US with Usborne Books and More, and I'm not sure where else they are. I think they're in Canada too, and it's been a while since I've been in it. So I'm like trying to think. But I don't even know. I haven't looked in a while, but so don't quote me on that. But yeah, so it used to not be an MLM. So, and we would sometimes call it UBAM. So if you see UBAM, that's also Usborne Books and More. Like, they actually had this weird thing, like I would get in trouble if I just said Usborne. Like I had to say the whole thing. I had to say Usborne Books and More. Oh, and by the way, and more it's basically to include their Kane Miller Publishing. So if you see Kane Miller Publishing, they work with Usborne or something like that for the publishing of the books and stuff. I don't know. So that's part of it too. So you might see something like that as well. I would love to see that, especially since I don't see much about Usborne. I think in UK they are both legit publishers. Oh, something's blocking it. Publisher, but also an MLM. But I think here they are. Yep. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I've heard. I definitely need to do more like full on research, but I wasn't in it too long, but I didn't have kids, so I couldn't relate as much. But they spun it like, I can make some extra income, and I don't really have to have kids because I could just like talk about my nieces and nephews and stuff, which is funny because I rarely see my nieces and nephews, and it kind of felt exploitative, like to basically make it like I'm super close with my with the kids in my family, so that like I can relate. I think they also, because I am on the spectrum and ADHD and stuff, they like also had me use that to my advantage, because a lot of the books have sensory teachings in it. Like there's some books about how to express yourself and your feelings and stuff, and like how to interact with people. So like, and then like some sensory touch feel kind of stuff. So even like kids books could be like something I could relate to people with because of that. So, I mean, that's just kind of weird, but yeah, I got rid of most of my books to a neighbor that has a lot of kids, and they like the Usborne books, but obviously the MLM has problems, but like it's a book. I don't really want to burn it if it's like not terrible. Although I think Savvy came across some books that were terrible with Usborne. So definitely check out her reviews on some of that. Ugh. I said I was going to be packing, and all I'm really doing is talking. Oh, here's some more Arbonne products I stuffed away. This shower gel. Apple shower gel. It's never opened. It's got like a filmy thing on it because I haven't used it. So like it's kind of gross looking actually. How old is it? Where's the expiration date? Probably, I mean, I've had it for a while because, like I was in 2020 in Arbonne. So it's concentrated shower gel. So that's a lot. This is 40 showers. I don't know. I was gonna give it away at like as a gift for like one of my parties and stuff, which is what they say to do. But like that's the thing, is that you have to like buy in, and you also like with Arbonne you have to pay $49 to get into the business, to like have the back end and the trainings and like all that kind of stuff, but you don't get any kind of starter pack with Arbonne. So like they convince you to get some kind of starter pack that you build. And so for me, it was the 30 days to healthy living, which is really expensive. It's like that whole thing is like about 500 something dollars if it were just bought outright, not as a preferred customer or a consultant. So it knocks off like half of the price to be a consultant with it, but you get like a whole bunch of stuff, and then they like just keep adding stuff. So like you end up getting a lot of stuff that you don't really care about using because you think you're going to give it away and in like a giveaway, because you're trying to entice people to go to your parties. And I don't know why I'm talking in my bathroom for so long. Maybe because I'm trying to like get all this stuff packed, but it's like I see the shower. I need to take the shower curtain down too. That's another thing on my list. What makes it so sad is Usborne does turn out a lot of quality content. Yeah, like the MLM structure is the problem. It's never really so much about the products. It's definitely the structure. So, I mean, even though it's children's books, I mean, children's books sounds like such an innocent product. It's not like a consumable kind of, it's not like an essential oil that can like hurt you by ingesting it kind of thing. It's books, it's children's books, it's innocent, like, like you'd think, but the way it's structured, and Usborne is a little different. I mean, it's definitely an MLM and it's definitely bad, but there's a different kind of thing. Like, one of the things I actually asked my best friend that recruited me for it was, does she get a commission from me? like if I join her, because I was curious, because like, you know, she wanted me to join her in the business. And so I was asking her, and she's like, no, I only get it if I get 5 people. Because you have, so Usborne's a little different, where you have to actually get 5 people in your downline in order to even get commission off of them. Like you have to get 5 people before you get any commission off of them. Yet they put a lot of pressure on you to recruit, because every time I hosted a party, we had to do at least 3 requests to turn the host of the party into a consultant under us. Like 3 times is the charm, and you have to like ask them 3 times before the party and in certain intervals. And so that was kind of how that worked. And so we were pressured to do that. And when you start, there's like this bonus program. I think it's called Climb or something. It's like a fast start program, kind of like how Monate has like enticements when you first join. So you can get these really cool prizes. They had like water bottles and cool little like prizes and random things that you could get, and also money, and also like book credits and stuff. So you would get prizes if you met a certain sales goal by certain dates of like when you start, and also if you recruit at least 1 person for that month or for that like time period or something. So you were constantly like enticed to recruit, even though you wouldn't make any money off of them until you have 5 people. So that's something that's kind of different from some of the other MLMs, where you like can make money off of people right away. So I definitely want to dive into that and talk a little bit about that, but it's still very scheming, because you have to like because you still have to like recruit and stuff. And I think like you're like they have prizes every month. So there's like something called I forgot what it was, like a home office prize credit thing. I don't know. But they would have like 3 or 4 prizes that you could win every single month. And like the higher end prizes that everybody wanted were prizes that you would have to recruit a couple people for in that month. And then the other ones were for maybe like meeting sales goals, like, you know, on the tier. So, oh, hi, Respectfully Sarcastic. Yeah, you guys, if you aren't following Respectfully Sarcastic, she's really great. Jessica, I think is your name. Oh, hi, Catherine. Other Catherine. Yeah, more people tuning in. Yeah, so I was just finishing up a little bit of background about Usborne. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to do with this stuff. I got some of this stuff, like for anybody that was like looking earlier, I still have so many Arbonne products. I have this lipstick, I have this contouring gel. Maybe I'll do like a test of some of this stuff, how well it holds up. This is a night repair cream. I don't know. Like, I see a lot of the MLMs talking about this whole anti-aging. They're the ones that discovered it and revolutionary. And I'm like, a lot of those MLMs have it. Like Arbonne has it. Like a lot of the wellness product MLMs have that. So it's not revolutionary. You're not anti-aging hair. Like, what are you talking about? You're playing Pokemon Go? You caught Eevee? Oh, that's awesome. I would play Pokemon Go, but like I have trouble with the Go part. Oh yeah, Catherine, you found me on Respectfully Sarcastic's page. Yeah, I have this I really like my walker because it gets me to be able to stand now. So like, because the other one had me hunching over and I like lost my breath. I'm coming back into my bedroom just because I have this bag I wanted to show y'all. It reminded me. It says keep calm and hike on. I got it back when I could actually like walk and hike. Because I used to walk everywhere. I live in Portland, so a lot of things are very commutable. So you can walk or like take the bus or something. So this turns into a book bag. I remember like collecting Pokemon cards a long time ago. Sorry about the noise. It unzips. Yeah, so it like turns into a backpack. So it's kind of cool. Maybe I'll load some stuff up into it. I'm really behind on this packing thing. Thanks. Yeah, I love the Keep Calm pack. It's very like transportable. So if you need like an extra backpack while you're on the go. Is Portland as rainy as I hear it is? You know, like I thought it would be raining like 24/7, like every day of the year when because that's what you hear is like Portland is always rainy and you know, same with like Seattle and the Pacific Northwest. But we just started rainy season. It's kind of rainy today, but it's not actually raining right now. And what I've noticed is so during the summer, it doesn't rain like at all, really. Like it's like sunny, hot, really like uncharacteristic of Portland. And that's usually for like a few months. Oh, my battery power. I'm on my phone, so let me plug it in. So it's on for like a few months, and then it starts raining, and it's like 5 months of rain. I'm from Alabama, and we would get like thunderstorms and stuff. We still do. I'm just not there. But here, the rain is a lot more of a light rain. Like it's just kind of like a sprinkle or like a misty rain. So that's kind of what I would describe it as. So it seems like a lighter rain, and but it does rain a lot during the fall winter season. Basically, from a few weeks ago until like February, March. I don't know. Our bodies can betray us sometimes. What? I missed something. That's I don't know. I have less followers, so I can like scroll back through the comments, but oh, I used to walk a lot until my legs had other ideas. Yeah, like one day you're walking and then the next something might happen. You never know how good you have it until like you lose something. So like actually a year ago, October 27th of 2020. And you know it's bad when you know the date, but that was the day I was working at a bakery, well, a grocery store bakery, and my leg I had like a pain in my leg and numbness, and I started limping. And then I had to stop working. I had to call in sick because my leg wasn't cooperating, and I was a baker, so like I needed my leg because I had to be on my feet and like bake. So you know, it's kind of part of the job necessary for that particular like labor intensive job. So and then I ended up having to file for short-term disability and go on, or I had to go on the FMLA, yeah, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, it's like the benefits where you can take off for medical family leave and everything. Yeah. And so I did that, and it ended up, I thought I would only be gone for like 1 month, and then it ended up turning into 2 months, and I was getting really bad because it was like through the winter part. And then yeah, like weird stuff started happening. My feet started changing colors, like Raynaud's type thing. A lot of weird stuff. So, and nobody could give me an answer because I had blood tests, MRIs, all that stuff. So, yeah, it's taken about a year and I'm still not sure, even though like they did give me a diagnosis like in this past month. But really it's kind of like exclusions type thing, where you run so many tests and this is what they've concluded. So, but I'm hopeful to be working soon with some chronic pain specialists. And then of course my physical therapy and occupational therapy set up. So, we'll see how that goes. I don't really know how to like pack and move because so basically what I was trying to say was it's been a year, almost to the day, because it's the 22nd of October. So in about 5 days it would be an entire year since my legs stopped working properly. Yeah, so it's kind of hard to talk about. Like I was in the MLM when a lot of this stuff started happening. I had back pain before the MLM or something, or like things were starting to get kind of bad, and I thought, like getting out of my job would be helpful, so I took on a side job because I thought, oh, this will be perfect. I can leave my labor intensive job and do something else. So I thought that would be good for me, but it wasn't. I should have gone with like a legit remote work job or something like that was less intensive, like something, office related or something like that. There's a lot of jobs out there. Like there's, sometimes there's issues even with like non-MLM jobs, but that doesn't mean that, the MLMs are a lot more predatory. But I'm not to say that there's not some capitalism issues out there too, So, oh, by the way, guys, this is just totally random, but I have been thinking, so I'm trying to figure out some merch ideas. Like I waited really too late to try to get merch out for like Halloween. So like by the time people would order them, it would end up like being out, like after Halloween. So I'm trying to think up some ideas for Christmas and the holidays towards that. So I was thinking last night, like about a song came to me, and I don't know if I should like do it, but there's a song that came to me, and it was like "Deck the Halls," and I'm sorry, I can't do it with a straight face, but I was thinking about having some merch with this, but then now I'm thinking I might also do like a parody, like a TikTok or something, and break out my wig or something once I've moved and everything. But yeah, so I'm thinking, I don't know if I should like sing it. I said in my last video that that's all the singing you would get from me, maybe like with the all my single ladies that I did. I was referencing about how like people say, because there was a post I saw like in the last video, if you haven't seen it, where somebody said, I said yes. And it made me think about when people say, I said yes to, getting a ring, like getting engaged. But it was, I said yes to an MLM. And I'm thinking, every time I see that, it just makes me think of like, someone getting proposed to. But no, their MLM got like proposed to them, marry the MLM. I don't know. It's weird. Okay, random. So I can't remember it all. Let me think. Okay, the first line is, deck the halls with inventory, fa la la la, not no MLMs. Let me think of the next one. 'Tis the season to lose money, fa la la la, nah, no MLMs. What was the next part? I have to look. I made like a whole song about it. I have to look it up, but it's on my phone, so actually I might be able to look it up on my iPad. Let me look. My memory is, let's see, I think I sent it to a friend on here. Okay, here it is. So the next line is, we don't want your crappy shampoo, fa la 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 na na na. And then it's troll the DMs with false pretense, fa la 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 na 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 na. I'm sorry, I can't keep a straight face with that. I'm gonna have to work on that. But it just came to me last night, and I thought, oh my gosh, that's so funny. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That would make a perfect TikTok. Yeah. I've tried to make some TikToks. They haven't really gotten much traction, but I've only made a couple, and it's hard for me to stay consistent because I get really exhausted really fast. So the life of chronic pain. Oh, thank you, Boopy Fun. All right. Well, this is an hour-long video. I'm surprised I had so much to talk about. I'm also surprised that I can do this on the phone. I really thought that I had to have a computer for this when I'm under 1,000 subscribers, but apparently they changed that recently, maybe. I don't know. But I really should actually pack something, and I don't know why. I just kind of talk and stuff. But I easily get distracted, so I just thought I would hang out with you guys and chat and stuff. So hopefully I'll have some more videos out. I actually have some kind of things in the works, and I have one video that I need to edit, and I still need to film some videos, but I haven't had the time because of the whole moving thing. So once I get settled in at my mom's, I'll try to do some more videos for you guys. So be on the lookout for that. I really need to get a schedule down so that I have it on specific days for you guys, but I just have not been able to figure out what works best for that. So I definitely admire the people that can batch record so many videos, because the last 3 videos I did, I actually batch recorded all 3 of them. I changed my shirts for them, and by the time I got to the 3rd video and it was starting to get kind of late, I was tripping over my words, and I was really tongue-tied in the video. I think I mentioned it in that video. So yeah, it was only 3. I've seen people batch record a lot more than that, but definitely takes a lot more behind the scenes work to do with editing and everything. So, oh, good night, Boopy Bun. Yeah, it was great chatting with you. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah. I should probably go, guys, as well. I'll try to have more live videos now that I know that I can do it on my phone and stuff. I hope that my computer arrives, but I don't think it's going to arrive before I actually move. So I told my leasing manager, so hopefully when it does finally arrive, I can get it, because it's not working. So I definitely need a computer to keep providing good content. The iPad's great and all, but I am very limited in my editing abilities on the iPad because it's just kind of harder to arrange things. So it takes a lot of work. So without having a mouse and all the things. So yeah, this was fun. Thank you for stopping by, Caffeinated Angel, and I will see everybody next week in my next video. So I'll probably make it a premiere maybe, so keep an eye out. Bye. How do I end this? Okay, there we go. Okay, bye.